do take note of the risk disclosure. That's one thing. Another thing I want to highlight is, you must also understand that sometimes this is not like stocks or equities. Sometimes, like when you put in the investment, when your investment can go beyond your investment, in the event if you don't put stop losses. That's what it meant. Just like oil is a very good example. Just oil is a very good example. Like for those of them who have been trading oil in this May contract, see what happened was they put in an amount, and this amount when goes negative. Okay, when it goes negative, uh, that means you have to pay back. You have to pay back the brokerage account amount you have. I mean, of course, it depends on what is the relationship with your brokerage and so on and so forth. But overall, what we are trying to explain is the risk is always there. At the same time, the opportunity is also there. So you have to be very, very, very careful. And please, please, like as I said earlier on, please, please never ever trade without stop losses. So you put in a stop loss, okay, you can protect your capital at all times. But even the stop loss, okay, has got two types of stop losses. Okay, I do not know whether you're aware of that. There's two types. One is a stop loss by itself. Another is a stop limit. Okay, some of the brokerage they do ask you to key in a stop limit. Okay, what does it mean? A stop limit means, see, like for instance, like stop loss means that you put in an order. Okay, let's assume you put an order, a stop. Let's say you buy euro at 108 and you put a stop at 107. Okay, let's say you lose about 100 pips, and sometimes something happens, and as a result there is a big drop on euro. So it doesn't mean that you would be get filled on your stop loss at 107. So sometimes it depends on the brokerage you are having. So sometimes like when 107 something happened, the next trading price was 106.50 or 106, then you would be given as 106. So that means you have to pay additional 100 pips stop loss, which uh, you are not aware of, even though you put in a stop loss. I mean, this doesn't happen always, but this happens whenever there is some shock in the market or something, some news that is devastating, and that's one of the reasons you bound to have it. Okay, there is one more called stop limit. Okay, what does it mean? Stop limit. Stop limit means you can limit your stop loss. That means you are only prepared to lose so much. So what will happen is, like for instance, let's say you put a stop at 107 and put a stop limit at 106.50. So that means maximum you are allowed, maximum you can afford to lose is from 7 to 650, which is an additional 50 pips. But in the event if let's say the price jumps beyond 106.50, then your loss becomes unlimited. So you got to be very careful. There are certain things which you have to understand all these basics before you practice. Okay, anyway, coming now today's session. Okay, in fact, today the market has been pretty quiet, and we do have usually we don't have much so-called data, right? And in fact, today we're having another 1.5 hours USD core durable goods. So after that, I think the market is expected to be more or less after the data is expected to be, I wouldn't say quiet. Maybe it may be quiet or it may become a bit volatile. And next week is the final trading day of the month, final trading week of the month, sorry, week of the month. So you got to be very careful, especially now, carrying the session, holding your positions overnight or over the weekend can be quite costly or quite expensive. Okay, now let's look at the market. Okay, right now, okay, what I feel is we can trade the euro Euro dollar looks prominent, dollar Swiss looks prominent, Aussie dollar looks prominent, then Canadian dollars and New Zealand dollars. Okay, these are the four that is giving us the signals right now. We can trade. Okay, let's maybe I'll give you some signals. Then okay, what I'm planning to do. Okay, euro. Okay, the euro looks is just having a temporary base, but I feel that it has got its limitation. Okay, limitation means maximum we can see is about 108.30 or 40. So that's our target. See, I always see if you notice, see what we have to do is, okay, when we do trading, first thing we need to define our target, then we have to define our stop loss, then we dictate our entry point. So the entry point can be in different models, meaning we can have two types, like entry one, entry two, it all you can play the game. But the first thing, the most important thing is you need to know where you're going to put your stop loss and where you want to exit. Okay, these are the two important things you need to know. Okay, now euro we want to exit at 108.25 or 35. Okay, that's the maximum we see we want to exit. Then our stop loss has to be, okay, a comfortable stop loss would be 107.20. Okay, then so-called conservative or a stop that is quite close, we can put it as 107.40. Okay, now what we will do is, okay, we clean the orders. Then this is going to be a scalping trade. Then euro. Okay, this is trading at 785. So this is a limit buy. Lot size. Okay, we'll put in as one lot size. Entry level. Okay, we are planning to enter at 107.60. So 107.60, we go for a buy, and stop is 107.40. Sorry, 107.40. Okay, for those of you who are comfortable, actually my comfortable stop loss is 107.20. Okay, 107.20 is my comfortable, but I want to go on a very tight stop, so probably I'll go maybe maybe not 20 pips, maybe we'll go on 30 pips. Okay, I think 20 is 107. Hold on, let me see whether the risk reward justifies. I think should be able to justify. Okay, we'll put at 107.20. Then our take profit as 108.20. Then this expiry is I want to expire on before the data is announced. That means about 8:30. So probably I want to exit at now is 8. Okay, but I don't have 8:30. Okay, put at 8:30 or before the data. I think should be okay. I think should be fine. Maybe you put at 9. So this is my call. Okay, this one is you got to monitor. Okay, now see when I give a live trading, okay, there's a different ways you can look at it. See, you can decide because see live trading when we give okay, the probability of the trade I would say is that 60 to 70%, and depends on sometimes sitting in front of the screen. Definitely you can decide the percentage can be even higher. So now I've given a target at 820. So all the target is fixed. So your entry point, for those of you, what you can do is maybe you don't want to miss this move. What you can do is maybe you can enter half lot at 107 80, maybe about 5 pips away, 5 pips or 10 pips away. Right now it's 90. So you have another 40 pips move. So then what you can do is another half lot or another one lot, then you put in the price. So what will happen is you are sitting in front of the screen, you are trading, so you are making use of the time. At the same time, we are there to guide you, assist you, so you can trade with comfort. So that is the main idea.
Sell or limit buy?
Limit buy. Hey, sorry. Okay, sorry. Okay. Thanks. Okay. Sorry. Okay, I didn't realize. Okay, the color. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah. Thanks for telling me. Okay, so it's supposed to be a limit buy. Okay. My apologies. So this is a limit buy. So now you buy at, it depends on, like that's why I said, you can go half lot at 107.80. You can put in the order. Then another one at 107.60 and see. Then you manage the trade and see how the trade it goes. Yeah. Okay, the next trade I'm looking at is, okay, pound is also looks good bet. Okay. Suvin, I think you can also enter the trade. Huh? On our side, we can also enter the trade. Thanks. Okay, pound, it looks a good bet. Okay, again, the target I'm looking at is okay, pound has got its limitation. Okay, okay, we got to exit at 12410. Okay, 12410. Yeah, 12410 is our target, and 12310 is my comfortable stop loss, and my conservative stop loss is somewhere at 20. So now again, this is a scalping entry, buying pound. Okay, it's a limit buy. Again, we can, if you think you want to enter half lot or one lot, I'll let you decide. But our comfortable entry is 12350. Okay, 50. Okay, you can think the market just broke. Okay, maybe we'll enter at 12360, and the stop we'll put a tight stop 12320 and 124. Okay, we'll exit at a conservative exit. So again, this one is 1:1, and you put in the same time of expiry. Okay. Now the next one is okay. Looks like dollar yen is coming off. Dollar Swiss. Okay, let me choose the thing. Okay, CAD. Canadian dollar looks Canadian, and Aussie. Okay, looks a good bet. Okay, let's do Canadian dollars first. In fact, I think early on we shorted. I think we should have hold on to it. I think we made a mistake. Okay, so this one, it has already moved. Okay, my comfortable. Okay, I think this already moved almost like 80 pips. Okay, it should be 40. Okay, now let's do Aussie. Okay, Aussie, the target is 64.05. Entry is at 60. Stop loss. Okay, let me give you my target. Let me give you a target first. Target, I'm looking at about 64. 64.05, 64. Okay, my stop loss, I'm looking at 63.30. Okay, again, this is also a scalping trade. Aussie. Limit buy. One lot. 63.60. 63.25. 64. Same expiry, yeah. Okay, one more is let's look at New Zealand dollar. Okay, New Zealand dollar. Excuse me. The target is 60.40. Okay, and the stop loss is 59.70. Limit buy. Okay, our entry is 59. 59, or even we can enter at 60. Okay, enter at 60. Stop at 59, 65, and 60.40. Okay, and I think I still have plenty of orders, but I think let's concentrate on this 4 trades. And what I would suggest is, once the order is filled, you can monitor the trade and you can plan it. See, that's the advantage. See, when you sit in front of screen, okay, we can give many trades. In fact, I give you like 7, 8 trades. Then what will happen is, in the end, like most of the orders, because the money management becomes a critical component. So again, coming to end of the week, so we would play a bit cautious game and we try to uh, play safe. Yeah. Okay. Any questions or anything you want to discuss, or any trades which we have done before you want to discuss? Feel free. Like as I said the last time. Okay, this is going to be our style. That means what we can do is we can key in the orders while we are working. While we are waiting for the orders working its way out, then we can do some discussion so we can maximum utilize our time. You know? Yeah. Anyone go? See, you can use the mic, or I would suggest you type under the chat column. Then I'll just look at it. Yeah. Then also regarding if you all want to discuss on any other markets, any other instruments, I can also give the view and you can decide how you want to say it. Hello. You all want to have discuss on about anything, any questions or anything you want to discuss? Feel free, because this is the time you can utilize it, and because see, this is a learning process. So, and also another thing what I'm suggesting to you is, if you keep quiet, we cannot learn. Okay, because see, I may be thinking and interpreting another way. You might be thinking and interpreting another way. Until you ask, then you clarify. Then at least I know what is in your mind, and how we can have a learning process and we'll clear our doubts. Anyone got any questions or any doubts?
Raju, This morning there's this trade Euro USD.
Right.
Uh, the moment it got filled,
Stopped out.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know whether stopped out or not, but it was like red all the way. So in such a case, how do we really manage it? It
Yeah,
doesn't
like
look like what's
I
going to
think,
happen.
see, yeah, okay. I think I told you clearly. See, you can't, okay, let me, uh, I think this morning we, we did the euro. I think, let me show you what, if I'm not mistaken, I think we bought it at 70, 107.70. See, because see what has happened is, see, we bought somewhere, okay, this is where today's session, okay, we bought somewhere here. See, all we know is, okay, the market, see, the move which is happening right now, okay, this move is what we anticipated, but we expected to move from here.
Right.
So, because, see, there's no other so-called holy grail, because, see, our view is right, but the problem is our entry point. See, what will happen is, see, sometimes if let's assume, we want to enter much lower, then if the market moved above from here, then we would have missed this opportunity. So this one, there is no so-called a perfect rule or a perfect way. So what we have to do is, if we got stopped out, okay, the only way is, we should have entered again, now. In fact, this round, we should have bought at 107.50. And I don't know what was the call I gave. I remember I gave a buy call, but I'm not sure what was the. Let me check. Let me check on the system.
One zero seven sixty entry. I don't
Entry
know.
is that?
I don't know whether this is the correct one. 107
Okay,
one
let me
zero
let me let
seven
me.
sixty.
Sorry. Let me log into the system and see. This is what happens. The frustration part. See, when you are, because see, the problem is, we are giving the signals, and sometimes we don't sit in front of the screen. So, but when you are sitting in front of the screen, and especially if you are doing full time, you can decide to take a trade, because see, the entry, the risk reward, So then sometimes it will be better to have a staggered entry. Uh, okay, in fact, okay, we gave a call at 107.35. Okay, in fact, 35, yeah, I think that was the thing. So in fact, we missed it. See, 35, see what happened was, when we were generating the signal, the market was trading somewhere here. So what we thought is, we get one more dip, and in fact, this is our buying level. So we did, I mean, if we would have taken the trade, then even at market, then definitely right now we would have taken this profit and we would have exited with the profit. So sometimes this is the problem. You see, that is the problem when entering a market, and sometimes when you are not entering on market. So next time, not to worry. So what I'm planning to do is, maybe from May first week onwards, I will be giving two types of orders. One is a limit buy and one is a stop buy. So on that note, definitely we will capture, but we would be capturing around 760. So definitely we don't tend to have this miss opportunity or miss entry from May 1st onwards, because the reason why we are not doing that is because right now the market is so uncertain. There's a lot of things is happening. So we are being a bit not say a bit, we are very conservative, and we would just want to get everything settled. So then once it's settled, then we can move smoothly and sail smoothly. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So Now the question is, what is the difference between a stop sell buy and a limit sell and buy? Okay, this is a typical example. See, if I'm going to put a limit buy, see, like right now, I gave a limit buy when the market was trading somewhere at 80. I said I want to buy at 760. So that means when you put a limit, that means you are negotiating with the market and you are trying to get a better rate filled. Okay, that means you feel that it's going to come down, then you want to buy. So that is a limit buy. Stop buy means once the price breaks that level, then you want to enter. So that means if let's say I've given a stop buy order at 107.95, so that means that price would be higher than whatever the market price is trading. So usually the stop buy orders, the advantage and disadvantages is if you put a stop buy order, you don't miss opportunity. You would be in the trade and you trade. But the disadvantage is you are going to pay a higher price, and especially if it's a fail break, that means if the price went up, then hit your stop like this kind of scenario. Now let's say the price comes down, then you get caught. So that is the disadvantage of having a stop buy. So the same thing goes for stop sell. That means you limit sell is you try to get the best price from the market. That means you try to sell higher than the market price. And stop sell is you try to sell lower than the market price. So when you put a stop sell, then it's a bit a risky trade. Then chances are you may get yourself caught in a higher price, especially if the price is so-called, if it's a failed break. So that is the problem and the advantages and disadvantages of putting a stop buy and stop sell orders. Okay. Any other questions? See, I think I did highlight to you all last time, uh, every time, you come for the live session, I think it's good. It will be better you get yourself prepared, if you have, even if you want to discuss on any trade which you have done, you incurred a loss or maybe you would have closed earlier meaning, before the target is reached, you may want to discuss, then you can also do that. So maximum utilize the time. So because it's only twice a week, so then you can learn from it. At the same time, you can progress.
Sir, I would like to discuss on this CAT JPY, sir.
CAD JPY. Okay. What is your question? No, tell me what's your question. Right now, it's trading at 76.60. Joseph, yeah, you there? Yeah. Can you tell me what's your question? See, if your reception is not bad, I mean not that good, then I would suggest you type in so at least you don't have to waste much time.
No. Sir, now it should be clear.
Okay, now, yeah, what is your question?
Yeah, it is entered at 76.40.
Right,
Okay, so now it's already moved up by 20 pips. Yeah, 20 pips. And it's gone up and came down now. If you see, it went to 70 and now it's again by 60.
right.
So in this kind of scenario, like if you have to wait for this one, especially for this, because the higher is already 76.92 is the highest.
No, today's high is 76.72, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So this is today's high. Then yesterday was 76.90.
90,
See,
yes.
that's the reason, that's the reason why I'm telling you to always before you enter a trade. Okay, the correct way to do is before you enter a trade, have a game plan. Okay, then please don't keep changing your game plan. That means when I say game plan means you must know what is your entry, what is your target, what is your stop loss. Okay,
Okay.
then finally you decide on your entry. Then your game plan should be what you should do in the event. Okay, if this happens, what you should do in the event, if it goes down, what you should do. That should be your game plan. So
Okay.
on this scenario, okay, if you look at CAD yen, okay, what is our target? Okay, let me look into the system. Okay, CAD yen. Okay, what I feel is, okay, this is I call it, it's in a congestion mode. Okay, when I say congestion means it's in a very tight range. Okay, there is a difference between a range and a congestion. Okay, when it's a range, okay, this is what we meant by range. From here to here, this is we call a range. This entire thing. When you talk about congestion, that means one or two candles and it keeps on moving. So here, if you look at this I would call a congestion. So the best thing is, I mean, I'm not expecting so-called, you don't expect any miracle to happen within today. It all depends what's your trade game plan. So if you're planning to hold this for multiple days, then you need to have a different plan. If you're planning to do it for day trade, then you need to have a different plan. So now, for day trading, okay, all I know is I don't expect the price to go beyond 77.10. Okay, let me see my system one more time. Is the pound order, is it filled? No, should
Pound
not
order
be.
is filled, sir. Already filled. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. It's filled, then you just manage the trade. Then you know, maybe you should know the results maybe within the next half an hour or 1 hour, whether you're making money or, then you have to do that one. I'll teach you how. Okay. Now we look at CAD yen. Okay. I'm not expecting beyond 77 and 77.10. Okay. That is the target I'm expecting. But on the other hand, uh, even 76.80, yeah, 76.80, there is also a resistance, and followed by 77. Maximum is 77. So that means if I were you, I would want to exit at 76.80 or 76.75. Okay, then my stop loss is, I should put comfortable stop loss should be even about 76.20. Yeah, 76.20 would be idle. So if you see here, now it's caught in the range. Okay, this is a range on the 15-minute. So what is going to happen is the market is going to trade like this until something happens or some news that may trigger. Maybe the 8:30 is your durable goods orders. So maybe that might be a trigger point. So it's either you wait after the news, that means you got to fight for the news. If you think that you want to be a conservative game, then probably you exit before 76, 75. So that's what we suggest you to do, and that's what you should be doing. Okay.
Yeah, sir. Fine, sir. Fine.
Yeah. Okay. Any any other markets you all want to discuss?
Raju, earlier today there was a US Swiss that got filled.
Right.
I think filled at around 10:09 Euro time.
Yeah, the one I think we shorted, right?
Uh,
We shorted at 76.95.
76.
77.95.
Yeah, correct.
This
Uh,
trade, I think this trade, we made about 25 pips. We exited.
yeah. And then after that, it actually hit like 77, right? I don't know. I thought I saw it.
So right now you are in this chart. Okay, what happened was we shorted somewhere near the high,
Okay.
and we exited at this level because we felt that this is the support. So chances are it may be in the range. Another reason is because coming to end of the so-called end of the week, so we do not want to go, I know, take unnecessary stress.
Okay.
So that's the reason we closed this. But after that, it dropped
Yeah.
another 20, 30 pips. In fact, another 30 pips. Yeah, it dropped.
So it's okay, or it's a good practice to if you see that the profit is reasonably good, and it seems to be struggling to go down, then you just take profit.
Yeah, definitely. See, there is a saying, you must cut your losses short, let your profits run.
Mm.
So, if like basically we teach you the system, okay, we give you training. So definitely on this scenario, see what you should have done is if you have used our system, probably instead of closing there, you should have closed at somewhere here, 60 or even lower. So definitely you would have made another 10, 20 pips. See, the only problem we have right now is because, like as I said, we are giving the calls and we are trading and all, but we we do not have people to monitor, every minute. So that will be happening soon. So once it happens, then definitely can benefit. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Lucy, you said can we discuss Euro USD? Okay. Now Euro USD again. I think just now I gave a signal. Okay, we are trying to buy at 760, and all I know is, okay, I should be able to see at least 820 or even 810 before today. So, now there is different ways you can play the game. That means you should have entered before. That means if we would have, what we should have done is, I mean, we would have started earlier. Then sometimes, see, this is always the case. Sometimes the market may move, when we have the session. Sometimes it may happen after we while or even after. So there's nothing much we can do on that. So we have to keep following the market and do. So overall is we are still there's two time frames we can discuss on this market. One is we still feel that this market is going to test the low. That is on a medium term. Okay, when I say medium term is it is valid for a few days to maybe 1 week or 2 weeks. Long term means it's more than 2 weeks to a few 2-3 weeks or even a few months. So now overall is we still feel that the low is yet to be seen and we may see the market testing this low. Okay, right now as it is, okay, we have no clue. It is not, we are not saying that it's already seen the bottom. It may be in the range, I would say the range between 70 to 70%, and it may be, a temporary low. That means, if it's this is the low, then there will be a high chance, you'll just see then consolidating, then consolidating down. So that means I'm not expecting the price to go above this high or above this high. So this is our view. So right now, you go for a buy is purely, this is going to be a near term, or we can call it a scalping trade. So that's why we are going for a buy. But medium term or long term, if it goes higher, then we should be going for a sell, because we still feel that the low is not yet to be seen. So this is our view on euro. So anything else you need to know, Lucy? You feel free. Then I can explain to you. Anyone else? You want to have any other? Today looks a bit quiet. I don't know. The market is quiet, and you guys are also staying quiet. So, anything else to be discussed? If you're not done, we can end the session. Any markets? See, I know. See, some of you, in fact, I wouldn't say some of you. Majority of you are newbies. Newbies in the sense you're coming, you just want to learn, you want to have the feel. Okay, I understand that. So this is maybe maybe for the next a week or even maximum 2 weeks. Then after that, I think you should be asking questions and you should be discussing the markets so that it will be easier, and the main thing is your comfort zone will be there. That would be the best. Hello, Joseph, you have any question?
There are two Josephs here. No more
Joseph,
questions.
sorry. Yeah. One is Joseph Lee and Leo.
Yes.
Correct. Sorry.
Okay, no more.
Okay, I
That's
didn't
all.
notice. Yeah. Okay,
No, sir.
Joseph.
No.
Okay, right. Okay. Okay. Anyone else? Any other questions? If not, then we can end the session and we can concentrate on the trading. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So if you have no questions, what we will do is we'll just conclude the session. And what we can suggest to you is try to, in fact, next week, I wouldn't say next week, we will be on our end will be the testing. So from May first week, okay, the whole of May, because we in Singapore, I think we still have the lockdown until end of June. So probably from May first week onwards, we should be trading more often and looking for more so-called more trades. So this would be the way. And let me see if someone wants to show the trades. Okay, so these are the trades we are trading now, and this is valid for another 1 hour 15 minutes. We have another, like plenty of markets that is giving us an opportunity. See, that's why you see when we are sitting in front of the screen, we can trade. But again, see, the trading is not about just putting an entry, exit, and stop loss. So it's not that easy, and I don't think you'd be accumulating your profit if you do that. That you only do when you don't have the time to monitor or when you're not in front of the desk. But other than that, you sit in front of the desk, you trade and you look for opportunities, then you manage the trade. So every cent counts, it's just like droplets of water. You just keep saving it every day, then you will be surprised by end of the month or maybe after a few months, then you see how much of profits you can generate and how much of money you can make.
Sir, this
So,
pound dollar trade has been started. Means it is entered.
sorry.
Pound dollar.
Sorry, I didn't get your question again.
Pound dollar.
Yeah,
GBP.
yeah. The trade, yeah, I think we are already in the order is filled. So the order is filled. We are into the trade. So again, you see, okay, this order is filled. Okay, we are into the trade. So right now, okay, what is happening is testing the support. So as long as it doesn't come and lower, then I think we would still be safe, because I'm still comfortable that this would be pushing higher. Maybe we have to wait until the data is out. Maybe the data should be able to support this trade. But unless if the data, the bigger is bad, then it may go and hit our stop. But other than that, I think we should be comfortably holding this trade because yeah, we should be comfortably seeing it's pushing higher. So you just have to wait and see, and what would be the result.
Raju, where's the support? Can you draw the line?
See, support. See, the major support, that means for this trade, is major support is should be below. That means it's 1, 2, 3. Okay, we have a conservative support, which is this is a conservative support. This is the major support for this trade. So what will happen is the market will come down. You know, it may come and test somewhere here, then it will start to move up. But all you have to see is we have to wait, monitor, then see whether the market is reversing. So if once you start to turn, then we know that the market has already taken the support. But right now it's testing the support. So right now we are not very sure whether it's going to turn from here. It's going to turn from here, or even sometimes it might even come and test the support and turn. So any of this is possible. So what you got to do is you just have to sit down, monitor, then you just manage the trade. So and it all depends. See, even if it comes and hit our stop, okay, let's assume it hit our stop. Then what you got to do is you got to re-enter again. That means after the market hit our stop, then let's assume the market starts to see moving up. That means it coming down, then it starts to move up. Then you can still again buy here with a buy stop here. Overall, you still expecting the price to hit the target. But that one you can only do it once. It doesn't. That means you don't keep changing your plans again and again. That means once it hit the stop, then if loss goes lower, then you do, because we wouldn't know, because as it is right now, we feel that a temporary base is seen, but it's not a confirmation. Again, we are coming to end of the week, so we have to, anything can happen, until we have to wait until the market close, then only we will know. Okay.
The line that you draw there is called support or resistance level.
See, resistance is the ceiling. See, always remember this is, see, when a resistance, see, when the market, see, when the market was trading here, right? See, this is a resistance. So once the resistance breaks, then it becomes a support. Okay, remember, I think during the workshop I was saying, always remember that when the resistance breaks, then it becomes a support, and when the support breaks, then it becomes resistance. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Uh,
Yeah.
When it continues to go downtrend, go down, and before the day end, it does swing back up. So in this case, because it's a long weekend, we hold it, or we just exit with a loss.
No. You see, okay, okay, it's a good question. Okay, now when you want to decide to carry the trade forward, that means when you want to hold the trade overnight, okay, the best thing to do is see what type of signals we are giving. So if it's a scalping, that means scalping means, the word scalping means the validity of the trade, or you should not be holding the trade more than a few hours. That means maximum is 6 hours, or even not beyond that. So that would give you an answer. So if it's a scalping, then you should know that you should not carry overnight. If it's a day or swing, then you can hold the trade overnight.
Okay.
Yeah. So that the word that will tell you. So, and also do take note that, see, getting stopped out or losing is all part of the game. You don't have to get, the only problem would be like, if you take 10 trades and let's assume, out of 10, like 7 or 8 being stopped out and only 2 is making money, and 2 when you make, then you don't make that much, then that would be a problem. But overall is you ups and downs, as long as you see maximum, you should have like, plus minus, you should be in the business, and you should take this as a career. So you don't need to get emotional, you don't need to gamble, or you don't need to get panic. The system says this is what we are supposed to do. Just follow the system. And sometimes the system may fail. There is no such thing as 100% guaranteed system. There is no holy grail in the market. So that's where we are putting stop losses, and that's why we are practicing that. So you just take it now, just stay cool, stay calm, then you just go, let's move for the next trade. See, because see, when you lose 20 pips, 30 pips, and when you make one trade, good trade, next, like as I said, you can see the difference maybe in May onwards, you should be able to see the difference, because I want to sit in front of the screen and make sure that I control and do it. So this whole of May, then we can see how we do and how we perform. That should be giving you a guideline.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Sir, one more general question, sir. When you do the news trading, for example, the news happens like unemployment rate in the US or the news
Right.
trading. So what will be the strategy for the news, sir? You have to wait for it and you see
Okay.
what happens in the
So for
market?
news trading, we have our own strategy. Okay. In fact, we do have called signals called news signals. But unfortunately, like because of this lockdown and all, we are not generating much. So we have a specific approach, and we have a specific strategy. So that one, the best thing is, if you are interested in two ways you can benefit. One is if you just want to follow the signals, and you can just do that, you just subscribe to our services, then you get the signals and you trade. So that is one option. Another option is you want to know how we do things, how we generate things, then of course you have to attend the workshop. So that these are the only two ways which you can learn. So another thing I also want to emphasize is, okay, I always remember that whenever you get free, okay, that has got its limited resources. So you have to know, only thing is you have to know whether, you got value for money, and whether you're paying the right price, then whether, it is going to enhance your career, then you decide how you want to proceed. Okay.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I think if you have no questions, then maybe I just want to conclude the session. I think it's going to be about an hour. So once again, thank you for coming into this room. And also again, I just wish, please stay safe and stay home, until this entire things ends, and make sure that your family members all are taken care of, until this crisis ends. So we really do not know when it's going to end, and we have not seen any uh, so-called signals of a downturn, happening. Then only we can clearly define that at least, we are moving in the right direction now. See now, you see that the cases is being in the uptrend. This is similar to, what we predict in the market. So it's the same thing. So it's still, it's in uptrend. Every day, the cases are coming up and up again. So until we see a turnaround, there's no way, we can stay in the comfort zone. So once again, please stay safe, and looking forward to see you again next week. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, and
Thank you. Thank you.
have a great weekend. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.